Hello there, welcome to another video. Let's talk about how to stop self-sabotage. We all at one point have done things that have made us take a step back in achieving a goal or a behavior that we've been trying to change for a while. You knowingly or unknowingly sabotage your own progress. However, you can decide to free yourself, which brings me to my first tip. There is nothing bad as knowing exactly what you need to do and what decisions you need to make to improve yourself, but you end up making decisions from a traumatized place. You let your past wounds influence your decision making, which I totally get it, and at the same time, I think it's crazy because there is this girl who told me that she met this man who was handsome, God-fearing, and gives her princess treatment. And I'm heavy on the God-fearing and princess treatment part, where she couldn't get herself to enter into this relationship because the man had a gap between his teeth that reminded her of her ex. And I'm like, make it make sense. You were willing to sabotage a healthy, God-given relationship because of a teeth gap that reminded you of your ex? Like, wait, listen, we need to heal because I understand that peace may look threatening when all you've ever known is drama and chaos, but there is no need of sabotaging something good and healthy because of past trauma. Healing and forgiving paves that way of better decision making. We need to be honest with ourselves and agree that sometimes we make mistakes. Take ownership, take accountability for your own actions because you're knowingly doing it to yourself, and that honestly hurts. You are constantly waiting for things to be 100% perfect till you do them, but you and I know that perfect does not exist. You get a gym membership with the idea of working out often, but you and I know where you've been working out is at that KFC drive-through. You are supposed to spend your time with God, but you're under people's comments on social media trolling them. Like, come on now. It's important to know your triggers and fight that cycle of self-sabotage. I'm probably going to sound like a broken record right now, but whatever you give power to is going to have power over you. Once you realize the power of your thoughts, you won't just be entertaining anything. Imagine if you stepped out of your comfort zone because of your fear of failure. Imagine if you thought of the best case scenarios. You can actually start doing it now. It's all about the mindset. Stop being a prisoner of your own thoughts. Stop ruining exactly what you want to achieve because you subconsciously don't believe it's possible for you. When you try to tackle and change everything at once, that's when self-sabotage comes in and you find yourself back to square one. James Clear could have not said it any better. It's important to have a system in place. Goals are good for setting direction, but systems are good for making a progress. Now let's say you vowed never to date a toxic man again. Ask yourself why you so in need to have a man by your side. Is it the fact that you need validation? Or is it the fact that you need attention? If that's the case, how about you try self-care first? How about you try loving yourself first? How about you start giving yourself attention so that when it's not given to you, at least you can validate, love, and give yourself attention. Let's say you're planning to be at the gym 6 times a week. How about you start trying by going 3 times a week? How about you learn to be consistent and disciplined first? And then you can gradually increase your days, Make one change at a time. It's the small changes that build up to success. All this inner self-critique is not going to do any good to you. Start by saying something nice to yourself. Pretending to be savage isn't going to heal that hole you have in your heart, honey. Whenever self-criticism kicks in, shift your thinking to something you're grateful for. Remind yourself of what you've been able to overcome. For the times you felt like you're not going to make it through, but you made it anyways. There is no amount of self-improvement that can make up for lack of self-compassion. I'll say it again. There is no amount of self-improvement that can make up for lack of self-compassion. So give yourself some grace. Be patient with every step you make for trying to change your behavior. You have survived too many storms to be worried about mere raindrops. Find an accountability friend. And I'm not talking about any friend. I'm talking about a friend who is going to call you out when you start slacking behind. I'm talking about a friend who's not going to sugarcoat your procrastination, a friend who is not going to sugarcoat your fear of stepping out of your comfort zone, a friend who's not going to sugarcoat your habit of running back to your situationship, because you can't be speaking butterfly language with caterpillar people who don't want to see you happily grow. That's where the quote of show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are comes in. I'm sorry, I'm about to shake a lot of tables right here, but we have to understand that people can't read minds. And this is where self sabotage comes in, especially in relationships. You assume that the other person should automatically know what's going on in your mind because to you it seems like common sense, but to the other person, they choose to play slow or dumb. So if you don't choose to communicate and say it with your chest, it breeds a lot of assumptions. Because I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that silent treatment does not work for a lot of people. And it's crazy how everybody is grown until it's time to communicate. And it's not only in relationships, it might be even in friendships. You have a friend who takes advantage of your kindness, and you find it so hard to say no to them without feeling like you're being rude to them. And since you don't want to communicate and say something about it, they feel like it's fine and they continue walking all over you. All in all, self sabotage can be a habit over time. You are constantly expecting pain because of past trauma, your fear of the past repeating itself, you procrastinating on important things you should do, you constantly criticizing yourself, pushing people away when they start getting close, rejecting compliments. However, you can choose to free yourself. You can choose to let go of the fear. You can choose to let go of the need of wanting a man's validation and letting God validate you. You can let go of that procrastination and just do it. And hopefully, you don't find yourself in the same situation again. And this matters brings me to the end. I hope you liked it. And if you did, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next one.